It's a conference championship season. The Pioneers are the spring 2021 champions. They knock off the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 28-23. Joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. Let's start at the end. Fourth down comes down to that, and your best player, Ivan Hogan's best covered linebacker in the league, makes a big play.
Well, I mean, we had a feeling they're going to work on Ivan, and he asked for it because I said, hey, I can go blue, but they're like two-man, and I said, if I do though, they're going to try to work you over. He's like, I got it. I'm like, and sure enough, they went at him. He was covering him all over the place. I was just hoping there wasn't going to be there's too much contact, one of those deals. But we made it a little harder though than we needed to. Rogan made a bad decision. We told him to throw the corner out, and he kind of, and just let it go. Hey, it's going to happen, but I can't say enough about these because this is a playoff football game right here. There's a bunch of back and forth in this game, man. It could have gone so many ways. Give all the credit to LR. They came to play like the champion football team, that they are. And it was awesome to test ourselves and see if we were going to have the mettle to be that kind of team. Now, we still made way too many mistakes, and we were beat up. I mean, I'm down to two corners I'm holding on, for dear life. And at the end of the day, though, good teams figure out a way to overcome mistakes, and that's what we did today. And that's to me, more than anything, that shows growth in what we're trying to do here program-wise. And kids understand the grind and the fight and how to keep fighting. And that's probably more than anything else what I'm most proud of.
Go back to the first half. Started the football game now for this team, and back and forth we go in the first quarter. You get that first lead, and then they answer.
Yep.
They take the lead. How important was it for you to get that next answer? And Rogan Wells and A.J. Bellinger hooked up for a big third down.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, like I said, this is a slugfest. Honestly, the football was football's pretty good. I mean, it was back and forth pretty good. These two teams getting after each other, and it was huge. I mean, just the back and forth, and like I said, that's kind of how you have to play a playoff type atmosphere. You got to go back and forth, and you got to make plays when the chips are down, and they made some too. So like I said, I give a lot of credit to them. I think they're very good football.
Huge plays. You got chunk plays in this game too. You start the second half and you get the 78-yarder. You're up by 14. If things go well, what did they do? Well, they started running the football out, obviously, I know, but they really took control of the second half.
Yeah, they ran the ball a little bit better. We missed some tackles, but I still think we ran it okay. We weren't terrible on the run, but they hit us on some deep balls. I mean, and we didn't. We were in cover two one time. We didn't go over the top. I mean, just little things. And our secondary's young. I mean, we said that from the get-go. I was surprised I got as much out of them as I did, and we've got to get better there. That's somewhere where we've got to keep improving and keep getting better, and hopefully we'll get some guys back. Tycorian not being able to play. We got another corner that hurt himself, in the fall practice. That's probably maybe our best corner, and he didn't play down in the spring. So we've got to get those guys back. But what a great experience of these guys. And you've got guys like Reno Killian who hurt his knee on the first play of the game. And he gutted through the whole game. He's just a warrior, man. That kid, I love that little kid, man. He's a tough joker, and he's going to fight for you. And I think that's what you're looking for, that little bit of mettle. And I think that's really what Rogan, guys like him, bring to this team. Some of our transfers have done a really good job with that aspect of it to show them how to win.
Biggest play at the moment was the second interception of the year for Tremaine Witherspoon. And just talk me through that play, because I don't know if he comes off somebody that he's not supposed to be, but he just makes a play. That was huge.
We were in cover two, and they ran a double dig, it looked like, and he kind of just sat down on it and saw the. And we talked about that route was one of their favorites, and he just sat down on it. We got a crazy call. They said we cut somebody. I'll have to see it on film. But, that hurt. Those are the things we got to do better. Great play, and we were returning all the way back to 35, and then we shoot ourselves on the foot again. But we've got to get better with the penalties. We've got to get better with those type of things. But I think, for the most part, that kind of play is making a big play. Sometimes great players make plays when they need to make plays, and that kid just has got a knack for making plays.
And then a true winner, Rogan Wells. I mean, he's seen this level of competition. He's seen this type of team, and he just, even he threw the two interceptions today, just didn't really seem bad.
Yeah, he probably didn't even have his best game, but, like you said, I mean, he's kind of a flatliner. He doesn't get too high or too low, I can fuss at him, Kate can fuss at him, and he just kind of looks at us like, okay, next play. And that's really the type of attitude you have to have.
438 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the longest
Yeah, man.
You know, just put into terms what the grind has been for this coaching staff to come away with that trophy celebration.
It's been a grind. I mean, it's been a grind for everybody, I'm sure, you know, but it's been a huge grind as far as like just the weekly testing and you know, really being on top of every little thing they do and making sure they're not, you know, gathering any groups of more than 4 and you know, I mean, just you almost have to live with them 24/7. I told my wife, I said, I am just exhausted, and we played 5 games, but now we did practice for 8 or 9, you know, so I mean, it's kind of about the same time frame, but you know, it was certainly exhausting, but our kids, they seem to still be enjoying themselves, so I think hopefully they understand what it takes now to grind to make it worth it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoyed watching this.
I appreciate it. You know, we put ourselves in the position to be back in this position next year.
You always win on somebody else's home turf and take home a trophy.
Yeah.
Immediate rivalry. Tusculum wins. They defeat the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. They are the spring champions, 28-23. Back with more of our Pioneer postgame after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.